Go ahead and call to order this regular business meeting of the Council Bluffs School District Board of Education. Mr. Wilson, please call the roll.
Mr. Kazire?
Present.
Ms. Shudek?
Here.
Ms. Myers?
Here.
Mr. Peters?
Here.
Mr. Tripp?
Here.
Mr. LaFurla?
Present. Now please, if you will, join me in a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next, we have approval of our agenda. Is there a motion?
I move that the board approves the agenda as presented.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the agenda has been approved. Next, we have approval of minutes from a closed session and workshop meetings of April 11, 2023. Is there a motion?
I move that the board approve the minutes from the closed session and workshop meetings of April 11th, 2023 as presented.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
And any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the minutes have been approved. Next is public participation. This is normally an opportunity for members of the public to address the board of items of importance on the agenda. But tonight we have Diana Ostrowski of the school district who's requested time.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
I'm taking a special privilege, if I could, to recognize one of the student stars who is going to scoot out of here and get to her orchestra concert at Abraham Lincoln. So I'd like to invite Emily Newby to join me at the podium. And Dr. Murillo could present your star for being an all-stater at speech in the category of prose. Congratulations to you, Emily. She might be the fanciest dressed here tonight, too. Congratulations.
We had one other member of our school district community request time this evening, Aaron Schoening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Erin Schoening. I am the International Baccalaureate Program Coordinator at Carter Lake and College View. And this evening, I have brought some students with me who would like to speak with you briefly about our IB exhibition. So I have Cadence and Abel from Carter Lake, and I have Sloan, Devaney, and Nigella from College View.
Good evening. Thank you for providing us with the opportunity to speak with you tonight. We're excited to share a little bit about a special project we've been working on called Exhibition. Exhibition is a student-led research project that provides us with the opportunity to investigate a real-world problem and take action in our community.
Students in IB primary years programs worldwide participate in Exhibition. During Exhibition, we will be able to demonstrate the knowledge, skills, and attributes we have gained as IB learners throughout our time as students at Carter Lake and College View.
Exhibition provides us with the opportunity to work collaboratively with others, communicate effectively, think critically, and develop skills that will help us beyond 5th grade. Throughout the exhibition process, we will make connections between what we've learned and the real world and learn what it means to be responsible global citizens.
During Exhibition, we work in groups with other students who are interested in the same topic. In addition to our teachers, each group is supported by a mentor. We meet with our mentor once a week throughout the exhibition process. This year, we have a total of 34 mentors supporting students at Carter Lake and College View.
After we've researched our topics, interviewed an expert, and taken action, it will be time to share all we have learned with the community. We will do this at Staging the Exhibition, which will take place on Tuesday, May 16th at Carter Lake and Thursday, May 18th at College View. Both will be held from 5 to 6. We would like to invite you to attend Staging to see and hear all we have learned. Thank you.
And the students do just have a formal invitation for the board members.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Good job, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good job, Nigella. Fifth graders, great job. We are excited to see you in action at exhibition. That closes our public participation portion of the meeting, and next we have the superintendent's report. Dr. Murillo.
Thank you, Mr. LaFurla. At this time, I'm going to invite Mr. Ostrowski back to the podium. Tonight, we are excited to celebrate and honor students that have made some amazing achievements. I see them moving a table, so it looks like we have a lot of stars this evening, which we're super excited about. And then we'll follow by recognizing and celebrating the work of some of our staff members that have been nominated and recognized as Staff Members of the Month. So, Ms. Ostrowski, the floor is yours as soon as you get organized there. Mr. LaFurla, I may put you in charge of the table. It looks like a lot.
Thank you, and appreciate again getting to visit with you as members of the board and our communities here to celebrate standing room only, all of these students and staff members. And I think we have about 35 students we're recognizing tonight. Some of them aren't going to be here because they're busy with other activities, but most are, and we're really glad to be able to celebrate them. I'm going to start tonight, if I could, with our HOSA students, as health occupation students. They competed in the HOSA Spring Leadership Conference in March, and students who placed in the top 3 of their category are eligible to compete at the HOSA International Leadership Conference. They are joined here tonight by instructor Patty Pettit. I will read each student's name along with their state achievements and ask you to come forward. Tana Witt, second place in nursing assisting. Alexa Takata with third place in researched persuasive writing and speaking. Did I say that right, Alexa? Takota. Alexa Takota. Wonderful, thank you. Stephen Stengel, third place, medical law and ethics. Next is Valeria Martinez, and she had 2 qualifying entries, and that is third place in dental terminology and third place in forensic science. Too much for 1 star, we had to make 2. And finally, Marlene Paramo, third place in forensic science also. If we could have instructor Patty Pettit join us for the group photo. And this is kind of how we're going to do it tonight. Individuals and then groups. And parents, don't be shy about taking pictures. Yeah. We're good. Okay. Are you sure? Okay. A little angle, but that's all right.
Now, those students will then go on to national
The
competition?
international, actually,
International.
leadership conference. Oh. Where will it? Ms. Pettit, where is the international conference this year? In Dallas, this summer? And in person, because it's been virtual. Yeah. Oh, good, okay, so they'll be representing us in Dallas, so. Okay, best of luck. All right, and there are more seats available now if anybody wants to sit. I think they're standing, they're taking advantage of that. For all-state speech, we have Abraham Lincoln High School and Thomas Jefferson students represented, and this was at the Iowa High School Speech Association's individual state speech contest. Students are coached by a group of fantastic individuals, Dirk Waller, Matt Schmidt, Nikki Aldrich, Andrea Jurgens, and Connie Jo Podendorf. So let's thank them as well as all the other coaches here tonight. So in order to qualify for All-State recognition, 2 of the 3 judges had to nominate their performance as the most outstanding performance of the entire day of the performances. We are celebrating our outstanding students this evening. First of all, I'd like to call up Sterling Angeroth for expository address. Lola Shorney with literary program. I don't believe she's here tonight. Mia Garcia with public address. Lydia Cooper, reviewing. Cole Schroeder with solo improvisation. Cole, should I give you a topic and have you do something? No. Thank you for laughing. And is Tyson Bentley here with prose? Tyson. Okay, let's do the group photo. Will the coaches please come and join us, the coaches who are here tonight? Okay.
My wife had the absolute best fun chaperoning the students. So attentive, they knew when to applaud. She said it was the best, absolute best. That's awesome.
They're a group of really shy students.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
What are you doing about that? All right, next we're going to shift to sports for a minute, and we are really excited. I'm excited about all of them, if you can't tell, but this is the inaugural season of the Iowa High School Girls Sanctioned Wrestling Program, and we want to acknowledge the coaches and all of the members of the Council Bluffs Squirrels team who made history this year, and are, yeah, right? Congratulations. And we are thrilled tonight to recognize the 4 state qualifiers from our girls wrestling program. I'll read your names, and please join Dr. Murillo and Mr. LaFurla. Cassidy Fiala, she was 26 and 8 for the year at 155 pounds. Daniela Salinas, 13 and 6 for the year at 100 pounds. Okay, Jules Thomas, 20 and 15 for the year at 145 pounds. All right, Sierra Weiland, 26 and 15 at 125 pounds. Coach Colton and Quas, would you come on up and join us for the photos? And thank you for your leadership during this inaugural year. Trying to mess him up. And we have a young team, don't we, coaches, too? So we are going to just take the world by storm next year.
Has to be bad job.
And we always make sure that the students who aren't able to be with us get their stars. And a lot of them then are on display at their graduation parties, so that's always fun. Okay, but there's boys too. So we have a proud tradition of boys state qualifying wrestlers from the Council Bluffs schools. Tonight we're celebrating 4 Lynx who represented us at the state tournament. They are Parker Herzog, 36 and 16 on the year at 138 pounds. Parker? Jonathan Ryan, 31 and 15 for the year at 120 pounds. It says John. Is John okay on there? Okay. All right. Warren Summers, 31 and 25 at 285. And Jay Vandervelde at 43 and 12 for the year at 106 pounds.
Congratulations, guys. I thought that might be fun.
As you may know, we partner with other schools for our swim teams. This year, we're proud to have a TJ Junior, Gavin Rothmeyer, represent our schools as part of the Lewis Central Boys Swim Team. Tonight, is Gavin here tonight? We weren't sure, but I'm going to let you know that we're recognizing him for being part of the state swim tournament qualifying team for both the 200 and 400 freestyle relay teams, and they both finished 16th in the tournament. So we got to send a congratulations to Gavin and the team. Mock trial. Congratulations to the Abraham Lincoln High School mock trial team that competed in the 2023 state tournament in Des Moines, March 27th and 28th. The tournament featured only the top 32 teams in the state. So they made a great accomplishment by being there. The team faced 3 tough rounds of competition, ultimately falling to a top 10 team from Iowa City and a top 4 team from Johnson. Darn. Individual performance awards for outstanding attorneys and witnesses should be released. Oh, never mind. That's a side note. Okay. That's what I get for copying Mr. Pragan's email here. All right. The Lynx team members include seniors Ashley Zuniga, Hannah Dillahay, Kylie Richardson, I know Nora Preston can't join us tonight, but Nora also was part of the mock trial team. Chloe Carter. Eliana Brown, I believe she had another commitment, or, okay. Reagan McDaniel. And underclassman Cameron Moon, who I'm not sure could be here tonight. Isabel Gonzalez Lopez. Melody Flanker. And Brian Wall. Yep. Special thanks to Coach Brian Pragan, please join us, as well as judges Craig Dreismeyer and Greg Stensland for helping the Lynx prepare. Yeah. Everybody, yes, we're good. I said don't be shy. Awesome. And no arguing with you guys, right? And we have one more group to honor tonight, and that is our members of the AL bowling team who achieved at high levels to qualify for individuals in Class 4A of the Iowa State Bowling Tournament. Congratulations to these students as well as your parents and coaches, Coach Corinne Johnson, and our first two bowlers made a repeat appearance this year from last year, and they are Eric McCoy. Congratulations, Eric, on a two-peat, or was it a three-peat? Two, okay, and Bennett Olson. Okay, three-peat, oh gosh, all right. And then on his first part of his journey is Joshua Shamblin. He also qualified for state, and we're ready for 2 and 3 wins after this year. Joshua? Representing with your shirts and all that.
Great job, guys.
All right, congratulations to all our outstanding students. At this time, I would like to thank our Council Bluffs Schools Foundation for sponsoring not only our stars for our students, but also our employee recognition program. We just value the partnership and are very grateful for them for supplying these stars and trophies for our honorees. We are celebrating both February and March employees this evening. First of all, we're going to start with our February honorees, and I'll start with our support staff member of the month, Buffy Bruno from Kern Middle School. Buffy, would you please join us? And we're going to share about what her nominees said. Buffy is a standout employee of Kern Middle School, working with a 6th grade student who is blind. Her colleagues had to say this about her and how she lives the Lynx way. Buffy is such a hard worker. She stays late on many days and spends hours away from school working on materials for her student to be successful. She allows all of her students' teachers to successfully educate him within this setting, and we could not do without her. She's very caring, open-minded, and creative, and she sets high expectations not only for herself, but for her students. She is a leader in the building and one that would be very humbled to receive this honor, so congratulations, Buffy. And Principal Ms. Jens is here tonight, too. Would you want to join us for the photo? Yeah. One with and one without.
Great job.
Congratulations. Our February licensed staff member of the month is Ms. Denise Hogue, STEM teacher at Thomas Jefferson High School. Denise? Her nominators shared that she is knowledgeable and organized in her work so that students never question what's required of them. That's called high expectations, right? She's understanding and helps students achieve even when they're struggling. Students feel safe and comfortable in Ms. Ho's classroom. She works with all of the virtual students, frequently contacting home to try to get them to make progress on their courses, ensuring that they do. She also teaches numerous courses through Iowa Western, so she has a responsibility to work with each individual student, helping them organize and complete their work for the course. She often works long nights and comes in on the weekend to ensure her students are successful in the Iowa Western courses, and I believe that. She cares deeply about seeing her program and this school grow. Congratulations, Denise. And Principal Mike Naughton is here tonight to join her and celebrate her, and family too. Yeah. Uh-oh, there's Beth. Yes. Oh, and your sisters are here. Oh, okay. How nice to have your family here, too. Your school and your family. Okay, our March honorees. First of all, we'll start with our support staff member of the month, Beth Hartog, preschool teaching assistant, paraeducator at Carter Lake Elementary. Beth? Her nominators shared that Beth has brought so much love and enjoyment to the Carter Lake building and to her kids she serves. Her dedication is outstanding. She's a veteran paraeducator who's very knowledgeable about her position and is always seeking new ways to help in the room however she can. Beth has so much love to share, dedicating extra hours before and after school working with all grade levels as part of the 21st Century Clubs. Kids are always excited to see Miss Beth in the hallways, and they're eager to greet her and give her hugs. She's loved by so many here at CL. Thank you, Beth, for all that you do, and congratulations. And Mrs. Hamilton, principal's here to join us. And I'm sorry, but somebody had to be last. Our licensed staff member of the month for March is Chad Shaw, physical education teacher at Hoover and Crescent. Here's what their nominators shared. When you see students walk into the gym, they immediately smile when Mr. Shaw greets them in an encouraging and positive way. Mr. Shaw is a model for students, showing them, quote, the Hoover way, by making personal connections with his students. He incorporates mental and physical understanding into the activities and is professional and patient and makes the learning fun. Mr. Shaw is very kind and makes every person he encounters feel special. He has fun joking with students and vice versa. Mr. Shaw is very deserving of this honor. Congratulations.
Well, before we move on to the boring part of the agenda, I just want to congratulate most our staff and students. Most of them aren't here anymore in the room, but want to congratulate all of them. We oftentimes, just generally in life, we don't take enough time to step back and reflect and celebrate successes, and we need to do that more often. I'm glad that we do that as part of our regular board work, and it's just a good reminder that we need to take more moments to do that. So thank you to all of you for taking time out of our board meetings to do that, and congratulations to our students and staff.
Chris, can I take a moment of personal privilege?
Sure.
I'm hoping Diane turns back around here. Oh, never mind. I'll do it at the end of the meeting. All right. So just a moment of personal privilege here. I second all your sentiments there, but I would like to take a moment just because Diane is here in the room. But Diane celebrated her 25th anniversary of her first day working for the district this week, or in the last couple days. So just thank you, Diane, for all of the work you do.
Thank you for that. Yep. And congratulations to you, Diane.
I know.
Well, we do have several resolutions this evening, starting first with the first reading of policies. Is there a motion?
I can move to approve the first reading of the policies as presented. 407, use of electronic surveillance and security equipment staff. 408, communicable disease employees. 425, appropriate use of computers, computer networks, and the internet employees. 501, school attendance areas. 503, foreign exchange students. 505, protection of pupil rights. 508, authorize interviews of students by non-school employees. 511, student discipline, suspension and expulsion. 514, student immunization. 515, special health services. 520, student records. 604, religion and the schools. 605, religious holidays. 610, non-school team participation. 621, student guidance and counselor programs. 803, naming school facilities. 908, public gifts to the schools. 913, expected conduct at school-related activities. And 914, public conduct on school premises as presented.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
I thought for a minute there you might have read all that for nothing. Any discussion on the policies?
Yeah, I had a question regarding the public, I left it's regarding the public conduct during on-school premises. One of the items that I had a question regarding was the use of vulgar language. I believe that the Iowa Supreme Court several years ago made a ruling that while maybe not the nicest thing in the world, it still represents an expression of free speech. And I was wondering how this policy aligns with the ruling that the Iowa Supreme Court came down on.
And I appreciate you reaching out on that, Mr. Kozar. What I did have, because Ms. Ostrowski oversees the policies and when they are updated and reviewed, we have sent that question on up to IASB, and we will have that, and I'll send an update as soon as I receive that back. And we will have that aligned with their recommendations for the second reading.
Any other questions or discussion? Mr. Wilson, please call the roll.
Ms. Shudek?
Yes.
Mr. Kazire?
Yes.
Ms. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Peters?
Yes.
Mr. Tripp?
Yes.
Mr. LaFurla?
Yes. The first reading of those policies has been approved. Next, we have approval of a contract with Green Hills Area Education Agency for school-based interventionist program. Is there a motion?
I'll move we approve the contract with Green Hills AEA for school-based interventionist program in 2023-2024.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on this contract?
I again had a question here. In the past, the contract has not been favorable for our Council Bluffs students. While we have the lion's share of those students needing services, those intervention and services, however, we're getting considerably less than our surrounding area districts for student intervention services. And I was wondering if this contract is improving on and making it more equitable for our students to receive those services provided through the Green Hills AEA.
I think, Mr. LaFurla, this contract is the one we do through the juvenile court system, and it is a grant.
Okay,
And
so
the-
it's different than the...
Yeah, the
okay,
next one is the
next one.
contract you're referring to, and this is a pass-through grant, much like our preschool grant.
I'll hold that question until the next resolution. Thanks.
Well, Dr. Murillo, do you just want to, just for the record, then provide a quick explanation of what this agreement is?
Yes, this is an agreement that is an annual agreement, and it is a grant that, as I said before, that comes through, and it provides us with our, kind of our school-based intervention services. We also refer to them as our grad coaches. They really help with working with families around attendance and those type of areas, and just an additional kind of support and a liaison with our families, along with being a part of the school culture.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? Mr. Wilson, please call the roll.
Mr. Tripp?
Yes.
Mr. Peters? Yes. Ms. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Shudek?
Yes.
Mr. Kazire?
Yes.
Mr. LaFurla?
Yes, and the contract has been approved. Next, we have approval of an agreement with Green Hills Area Education Agency. Is there a motion?
I can move, sorry, you got it? I can move to approve the agreement with the Green Hills Area Education Agency for the 2023-2024 school year as presented.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second, and Dr. Merle, I think we can.
There we go.
Take the previous question.
This is the same agreement we had last year with the Green Hills AEA. We do believe that there could be more services provided, and we would like to see us be able to renegotiate this contract. But as it was stated last year by the board out at the Green Hills, that the contract would remain the same for 2 years. So I'm hoping with Dr. Poor that I will be able to have a conversation and the board could revisit, because we do know that we are the largest district in the AEA, and we do know we have a lot of needs in the AEA. And we also know that the state created the AEAs to support our schools around special education services. And we take in students from other districts. Our special education centers right around between 18% of our student population, which is a large group in comparison to other districts, and it does require a lot of supports. So while we're glad that and appreciate that the contract did not change, it is our hope that we will be able to revisit that so that it really squarely lands on the needs of Council Bluffs instead of there is no additional need or support for the district that runs almost 9,000 in comparison to the other surrounding school districts. Thank you, Mr. LaFurla, for asking.
Mr. Kozire asked, but
Oh, Mr. Colson.
don't want to get credit for the good question. Any other questions or discussion? Mr. Wilson, please call the roll.
Ms. Shudek?
Yes.
Mr. Kazire?
Yes.
Mr. Tripp?
Yes.
Mr. Peters? Yes. Ms. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. LaFurla?
Yes, and the agreement has been approved. Now we have a resolution to change the board meeting calendar for the months of June, July, and August of this year. Is there a motion?
I move to approve moving board meeting dates between June and August of 2023 from the second Tuesday of the month to the fourth Tuesday of the month.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. And I'm assuming this was just an oversight when we originally scheduled the calendar, but is in tradition with what we typically do each summer.
Yeah, my apologies that I did not catch that when we introduced the calendar, so we're correcting it now. So, thank you for the consideration.
No need to apologize. We should have caught that, too. Any other conversation? Mr. Wilson, please call the roll.
Mr. Peters?
Yes.
Mr. Tripp?
Yes.
Ms. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Shudek?
Yes.
Mr. Kazire?
Yes.
Mr. LaFurla?
Yes. And the motion carries. Next, we have a motion to set a public hearing on May 23rd, 2023 for amending the 2022-2023 budget. Is there a motion?
I can move that we set a public hearing on May 23rd, 2023 for the amending of the 2022-2023 budget.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
It is, Mr. Wilson, this is an annual process that we go through each year. Can you explain for the new board members why we do that?
Yes, in Iowa state law, we do our budget basically in April of the prior year. And what the law says is that if we're going to, by function code, exceed what that budget is, even if it's by $1, we have to do an amended budget. It's more of a compliance issue because the only negative about it is that we would just get an audit fund.
Any other questions? Mr. Wilson, please call the roll.
Ms. Shudek?
Yes.
Ms. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Peters?
Yes.
Mr. Tripp?
Yes.
Mr. Kazire?
Yes.
Yes, the motion carries. Next, we have approval of the 2023-24 annual Chromebook purchase bid 22-006. Is there a motion?
I'll move the board to award the bid of 22-006 to CDWG for the 2023-24 Chromebook technology purchase. It appears this is coming out of our ESSER funds for $455,070.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion or questions?
If I might, I would like to thank John for his attention to this, and it's my understanding that our bid came back lower, significantly lower than what we had projected. John, you want to give the community, because this is probably our last year to be able to use our ESSER dollars for our Chromebooks. And John really worked with our vendors to get the bid to come back. And how much lower were we than what we were estimating could be the cost?
Yeah, the nice thing is per device, our main student device is $8 cheaper than it's ever been, which is amazing. And for our touchscreen devices, they came in at $21 cheaper. In addition to, we've now went to that 4-year replacement cycle. So we were this year we were at roughly $500,000. It was almost double that last year. So this is really a nice RFP.
Savings.
Yeah, nice savings.
That's great. Thank you. Mr. Wilson, please call the roll.
Mr. Tripp?
Yes.
Mr. Peters?
Yes.
Ms. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Shudek?
Yes.
Mr. Kazire?
Yes.
Mr. LaFurla?
Yes. The motion carries. And finally, we have approval of the grades 6 through 12 world language instructional materials. Is there a motion?
I can move that the board approves the purchase of grades 6 through 12 world language instructional materials from Wayside Publishing as presented.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
This is part of the pilot program, right?
We did pilot first, and the teachers we did have a committee where the teachers did select. And as you can see, our resources that we currently have are old now. It's time to refresh, and this is for Spanish and French, not just one.
Any other questions? Mr. Wilson, please call the roll.
Mr. Peters?
Yes.
Mr. Kazire?
Yes.
Ms. Shudek?
Yes.
Ms. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Tripp?
Yes.
Mr. LaFurla?
Yes. And the motion carries. And finally, we have approval of our consent agenda, which includes approval of agreements for preschool community partners, approval of agreement with West Central Community Action for preschool contracted services, special education contracts, and personnel action and claims and accounts. Is there a motion?
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you.
A second.
Thank you. A motion and a second. Any discussion on consent agenda items? Mr. Wilson, please call the roll.
Ms. Shudek?
Yes.
Mr. Tripp?
Yes.
Ms. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Peters?
Yes.
Mr. Kazire?
Yes.
Mr. LaFurla?
Yes. Motion carries. And that concludes our business. We are adjourned.